self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists. What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am Clever Red.
We are Conversation Con Artists, back for another episode.
Fuck all of this pollen. I don't care how beautiful these plants are. I don't care if we need it for the fucking oxygen. I am over it. If I sound congested, it's because of this fucking pollen.
But at least you don't sound like a mini Michelet.
I don't. Y'all gave me so much shit about that. If I ever sound like that again, we gonna have a guest host. I'm not gonna do it.
All right. I'll do this bitch by myself.
I mean, we could get a guest host.
I could do it by myself.
You could.
I could do my part and your part. I could be me, and then I could pretend to be you.
What is your perception of being me? I'm scared to see.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how it goes if that ever happened.
That would be scary. I don't know how you perceive me, so I don't know what that would look like.
I don't know. I might not know until it start coming out. You know, it's a technique in counseling called the empty chair technique, where it's somebody sit across from you and you have a conversation with them
like
as if they're in the chair.
Yeah, and
like. You just don't know what's going to happen. Like the person doing it, like, this is stupid. And then you start doing it and then you start being mad at the damn chair. Like, okay, I don't know. When it come out, you'll figure out it.
Oh, God.
Maybe it'll never happen.
Let's hope not. I don't plan to sound like Michelle anytime soon, so.
You didn't plan on it then either.
That's true. But that's like a winter thing. If I lose my voice, it's a winter thing. It's not for pollen. For pollen, I'm just going to sound like Gucci Mane all the time, like just stopped up all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So it won't happen again till the end of the year if it do.
All right. We'll see then.
Let's hope not. I don't want it to happen.
Well, I need y'all to go to the website, www.conversationconartists.com. Check out our stories that are linked to the articles, our old episodes, as well as our mail link, which you can send us some feedback or subscribe to our newsletter. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on point.
And I can be found at red_calamity. And fuck all of y'all that sent me them damn cat things. I just want to say that. Fuck all of you. Every single person that sent me a cat meme or a gif. Fuck all of y'all.
They were hilarious though.
Some of them were funny. And I was mad. I wanted to be mad and I couldn't be because they were funny. And that made me even more mad because I was laughing at the shit. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, that's Instagram and Twitter, red_calamity. No cat gifs and no cat memes. Thank you very much.
Send what you want.
No. No, don't do that. Also, we are still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it in through the website or to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartists with an S at gmail.com. This week, the question is about May-December romances. Did you know that that's what they were called?
May-December romances?
Yeah.
No.
That's what they're called.
Why?
I guess because two very separate times of the year. May is like spring, December is like winter. I don't know, but they're called May-December romances when somebody is dating somebody substantially older than them. So the question is, what do relationships with? Are you looking this up?
Yes. May-December
romance. You see it?
Yep.
Yeah. The question is whether or not a relationship that has like a huge age difference can work. And the problem with that question is I don't like to make blanket statements. So I can't say that it never works. I will say that it it could potentially add some difficulties. It just depends on the people. Like, because some people mature at a very slow rate. So you can get a 21-year-old who immature as fuck, get the fuck on your nerves all the time. Or you get a 21-year-old who lived a hard life and had to mature faster and is a little bit more mature than maybe your ass is. It just depends. I personally don't date people younger than me just because it just seems like a headache, in my opinion. I just don't. You got to be my age or older at least.
I think we need some definitions because I need to know what the age gap is because it's
let's say a
20-year-old and an 80-year-old on dialysis.
Shit.
That's like
That's more than May, December. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Ain't no. That's what I'm saying. We need some definitions.
I would say at least a 10-year gap.
10 years.
Yeah.
That ain't even a lot.
Yes, it is.
Not for women.
Yes, the fuck. Oh, if
not for women dating a man, that's like
normal.
Yeah.
No, it ain't. No. Because if you're 10 years will be a 21-year-old and a 31-year-old, and they are in two very different stages. A 21-year-old is still finishing up college. A 31-year-old is trying to be established.
But if you're talking about a 31-year-old and a 41-year-old, that's about normal.
Is it?
Yes.
Would I?
Probably not today so much as our grandparents.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about, so this is about currently, does that work? Not like, because of course they did that shit, but people were different then than they are now.
I don't think 10 years is a big enough gap.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I think the gap need to be bigger to start talking about the issues and the problems. The only issues in a 10-year gap is you didn't watch Care Bears. You watched Kids Next Door. You know what I'm saying?
Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door. Ain't that what it's called?
I don't know.
KND. It was about the secret spy group organization of kids.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's like a little bit older. What I'm saying is somebody younger than me watched Kid Next Door. Code name Kid Next Door. That's what it was called.
Okay. I didn't watch that.
We watched Doug and Rugrats.
Yes. Yep.
You know, I didn't watch Care Bears.
I didn't watch Care Bears either because it was stupid.
It was older than me. Like,
and it was stupid. It was stupid. They care and love, and that's their power. That's stupid. That's not like...
Where has our society go where you gonna call that stupid?
I mean...
Caring and loving is stupid.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with love and all of that, but if you're trying to fight like crime and shit, what is that gonna do? Like, they were trying to fight like bad guys with caring and love. Like, that's stupid. That's stupid.
If you could throw a ninja star at somebody that was full of love and it go inside of them and they just stop being bad, like, ain't that the concept?
I guess. I was more into gummy bears than like, I knew what Care Bears were. I just weren't interested in them.
Let's talk about gummy bears then.
They were bouncing around and like,
after they drank some lean.
That was not lean.
Yes, it was.
Gummy bears did not drink lean.
They drunk something that goddamn hype.
Gummy berry juice.
AKA purple drink.
It was purple. But
lean.
They were not drinking lean. But at least they were like hitting bad guys and knocking them down and like outsmarting them, not just loving them. I don't know. I know that probably sounds terrible, but I thought it was even as a kid, I was just like, this is stupid. And I didn't want to watch it. I also didn't really like Barney because of that whole I love you. It was too much. Maybe that's why I'm not like a hugger.
Why do our cartoons in America, why are they so ass? Like, compared to anime. Why can't we write like deep, compelling stories in our
animation? Because Americans ain't deep and compelling.
We good at stealing shit. That's what we good at doing.
That's our legacy. Stealing shit. Taking stuff from other people.
White American mostly.
Yeah.
Like, what black people taking? What we steal?
I was finna say some racist shit.
What you finna say? Might as well say it now.
TVs.
Oh, physical shit.
Physical thing. Cars.
How dare you feel that way about your people?
That's just the stereotypical thing that,
what do we steal that's abstract? Ideas.
We don't get a chance to steal shit because we too busy having shit stolen from us, our culture, and
even if we stole something, it gets stolen from our
ass.
It
get taken back anyway. So we don't steal abstract things. Abstract things get stolen from us.
Anyway,
yes.
I think the age gap got to be bigger.
So would you date a 43, 42, 43? How old are you? 33?
32.
30. So would you date a 42-year-old woman?
I don't want to.
Why not? Because 10 years isn't that big of a gap. Why would you not want to date a 42-year-old?
It's not a big enough gap to have issues related to the 10-year gap.
Okay, so why wouldn't you want to date a 42-year-old woman then? If it's not related to her
options.
age. That's
What are you
fucked
talking
up.
about?
What if it's a bad 42-year-old, like, and she's nice and whatever the
Bad
fuck?
for me is all shit I can't see. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I know all these dudes be caught up on, oh, she bad. Look at her body. Look at it. The bad shit for me is shit you can't see. Bad for me is independent. Bad for me is opinionated. Bad for me is supportive. Like a bad bitch for me, you can't see none of that shit.
What was the shit you said last week about bacon? No, eggs. I don't want
I don't
that
want no
ass.
fat ass if she can't cook no eggs.
Everybody that I know that listened to that thought that shit was so fucking funny and wanted on a shirt. We gotta start. We need to start selling merchandise with some of this bullshit on it, because everybody was like, I would totally wear a shirt that said, I don't want a fat ass if you cook eggs.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's like the shit that a woman that makes a woman bad to me is shit you can't see.
Okay, so what? It could be a bad 42-year-old by your definition of bad.
Yes.
Okay.
If there's a way to quantify it and see what it is. Like if you could if it was a machine that let me scan a person.
Okay, well.
And it fucking calculate how much of the shit I desire that they have and they have it, they'll go on the list. But if I can find a 32-year-old with that shit.
But why? That's what I'm saying. Why would you prefer somebody your age and not 42 if 10 years is not a deterrent or that way they cause issues? Why would you prefer somebody that was 32 and not 42?
I would prefer somebody my age so that we can grow together at the same rate. And so that she don't die before me. I'm dying first.
I mean, well, first of all, let me just say this. You could potentially still die first because women have a tendency to take better care of their health than dudes do. I think that's why y'all die as fast as y'all do, because y'all will be walking around and get shot and be like, oh, it was a flesh wound. I don't need to go to the doctor, it's fine.
You just said you don't like generalizing shit.
I
and
know.
then you say all niggas gonna die before
Not
women.
all niggas, but it is a fact that men are more likely to die than their partners. That's not me making a blanket statement. That's fact. But I think it's because men have a tendency, not all men, to not take care of their health. Women go to the doctor for every fucking thing.
That's why in that shit that I scanned that woman got, all the shit that she got, is gonna be make your husband do shit he's supposed to live forever. So once I find her,
nagging you to go to the doctor, you need to take your ass to the
she don't have
doctor.
to nag me. One, I don't have a problem with going to the doctor. I don't have a problem with taking medicine. I don't have a problem with none of that shit.
Okay.
I just say I'm gonna do it in a month instead of do it today.
Then
See,
you'll
that's
be
my
dead
thing.
in a month.
I don't have no problem with doing that. I just gotta plan that shit around my life.
It's part of your life. Your health is a part of your life. Plan it around your life. That is your life.
Well, I'm 32 years old.
Okay.
And has shit happened to me that make me realize I need to go to the doctor. And I don't know if that at this point is luck.
Yes.
Cause I ain't really been proactive in shit related to taking care of myself. You know? So like, but if I start coughing for 3 days and it's a weird ass painful cough with blood coming out of it, I'm going to the goddamn doctor. I'm gonna let you know. You know?
I mean, okay, so I can use my brother as an example. My brother is he's 42. He'll be 43 this month. Had a horrible accident in his 18-wheeler. You want to know why he had this accident? Because he had a cough. He had a horrible, terrible, awful cough that he was like, oh, it'll be all right. It's not a big deal. Nigga got into a coughing fit that caused him to like black out for like a short span, long enough for him to fucking wreck the shit out of that 18-wheeler. And it's like, why would you go to the doctor? You coughing like that? Why wouldn't you go get that checked out? What's wrong with you? Why would you think that that's okay? That's not regular. That's not normal for you to be coughing to the point where you fucking black. That's crazy. I figured it was going. I was taking some medicine. I thought it was gonna go. What is wrong with you? Like,
he ain't got no woman, do it.
Not anymore. He's divorced.
See, he ain't got her.
But he lives with my mom, and my mom was like, "You need to get that checked," because before he got back on the road, he was on a break and he was coughing, and my mom was like, "You need to go get that cough checked out." And he was like, "It's fine." It's alright. It's cool. And she was like, you really need to get that. You coughing like real bad. It'll be all right. I'm going to take this cough medicine. It'll be fine. Got back out on the road. And like maybe, was it even 24 hours later? He had wrecked his truck. Should have took your ass to the doctor. What's wrong with you?
So my perspective is the internal qualities meshing with another person's internal desires are what's going to cause the success or the failure of a relationship.
Even if it's a May December. I don't know why it's called May. Did you find out why it's called May December?
Well, that's why I'm saying 10 years ain't a big enough gap. When you say 20 years, then we got a different situation. If you say 10 years,
so
like that happens so much more. So a 32-year-old
or the 15, I'll be the 15. But it depends on where the 10 years are. Because again, I feel like a 21-year-old and a 31-year-old in two very different stages of their life. The 21-year-old is finishing up college and shit.
So it's still a number of variables that go in it. Because you got 21 to 31, 31 to 41, 41 to 51, you know. And then the other side, like, you 32.
Yes.
Would you date a 22-year-old?
Hell the fuck no. No, absolutely not. No. So the reason I would not date a 22-year-old is because at 22, he just not going to be in the same place in life as where I am now. And I don't have a desire to wait for him to get there, to be honest. Like, as I get older, I have less patience for shit. And plus, that's just weird to me because that's even younger than my younger brother, and that's just fucking weird to me. Like, no. I'm not going to bring home somebody younger than my younger brother. That's weird. No. I honestly, like, don't have a desire to date anybody younger than me, period. Like, at least my age or older. And not too old because I don't know that I would date somebody in their 40s. Maybe, like, early 40s.
I was talking to somebody that was close to 40, and that dawned on me that I was old enough to be dating somebody.
I know,
that's
it's so
40.
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I was
fucks
like,
with you.
I was like, what the fuck happened with time? What the hell happened?
I mean, I talked to somebody that was 40. I think he was 40 at the time. He probably like 41 now. But the problem with that, well, and it was only 10 years, but problem was he already had he had two kids. One was 12. He started early. One was like 20. And he did not have a desire to have any more fucking kids. He didn't want to start over. He got a 12-year-old. He getting her through high school. He did not have a desire to have any more kids. He didn't want a baby at 40. So that was an issue because, again, we in two different places in our life because he didn't already had a bunch, not a bunch of kids, but he done had kids long enough that he like, I don't want to have no baby spitting up on my ass again. So that was a problem that in a 10-year gap because of where he was. Now, there are some 40-year-olds who wouldn't mind having another kid or who hadn't had kids. It's rare, but it happens. But that was an issue that we came into contact with because he was not trying to have no more kids. Ever. He was like, I'm done. I don't want to do that shit again. I done that twice.
I think for me, it just, whether, like, if I met a 42-year-old that had everything I desired to have and, and I knew that, then that would go into my decision,
But what if she didn't want to have any kids?
I mean, at 42, I assume she ain't gonna try to have any kids.
What Janet Jackson just had.
I'm not gonna assume that.
Okay.
Like, if she brought that up, then yes, that's a conversation we can have.
Okay. But see,
that's not a deal breaker for me.
That's a deal breaker and I don't even. What's fucked up is that I don't even know if I won't have a kid. I want the option to do that though. I don't want that to be taken completely off the table because I haven't decided yet, and it's decided for me if I get with you and you say, oh, I ain't having no more kids.
Well, my thing is I don't necessarily want to be a stepdad, but I would. And I don't know if I want kids or not, to the point that if she don't want kids or it's a woman who don't want kids, then it's not something I have to press. But if she want kids, then I won't have a problem with having kids. You know, it's like not that deep for me.
Yeah,
it is. Part of me wants to see what my gene pool can spit out.
Yeah.
You know, and how I will be effective in raising a child, considering that I'm telling all these families how to do it, you know. But it is not something I have to undertake, because I feel like if I'm going to work with kids for a majority of my career throughout my life, that'll be enough for me.
But they're not, I don't know. I enjoy working with kids. I enjoy working with kids more than I enjoy working with adults. I think I've said that many times, but they're not my kids though. You know what I'm saying? Like, as close as I can become to them through working with them, there's still that boundary that has to be there because of the type of relationship that it is. They're not my kids. So it
ain't like going to somebody's house and playing a video game that you don't have at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a game, right? You go over there and you play it, and it's fun, and the best fun you've ever had.
Yeah.
And then you go home and you ain't got it. Like, I don't think kids is necessarily like that. I think at the least it's parallel. You know what I'm saying?
Because I don't know. Again, I want to see what parts of my personality get transferred into this kid. I want to see what parts of my physical appearance gets transferred into this kid. I want to be there from the beginning, and like, I don't want to get in when somebody else then fucked up some shit, try to fix it, and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we meet kids, is because somebody somewhere has fucked up something, and I need help trying to get the kid back on track again. That's not the same as me like being there from the beginning, and I might fuck up some shit myself. I don't know. But it's that's not the same to me. So I'm leaning more towards I do want kids these days. So somebody who was just absolutely like, hell no more kids for me, I wouldn't want to date them, because I don't want that option taken completely from me.
If you are a parent listening to this podcast, maybe this shit is like, you know, playing one video game at your friend's house and coming and playing your own. I don't know. I just know that there's a lot of good and, I don't want to say bad, good and complicated that come with children.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, it is a full-time job to be a parent. And I don't know if it's the same as like playing with my nieces and nephews, and
I don't think it is.
Being able to give them back, and I can go on about my life doing what the fuck
no,
I want to
do. It ain't the same.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if that's better or worse. I don't know if that's worth saying. I definitely want kids to be able to not, you know, have my own instead of playing with these kids for a little bit of time, or counseling these kids and playing games with them and then being able to give them back. You know, I don't know if that's enough to say, well, I want my own. If kids was like video games, they'd be like, hell yeah, I want my own Xbox One. I don't like just going playing yours. And I come back over here and I'm playing fucking Tiddlywinks.
Have you ever even played Tiddlywinks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know Tiddlywinks before?
No.
You know what Tiddlywinks is?
Not really. I know I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
Tiddlywinks is a game of physics. You basically get this little chip and you put it on the end of another chip and pull it back real quick to try to flip it up into the little thing, and you get points when it flip up and stuff.
I'll be shit at that. That's why I ain't never played. That don't sound like nothing I would be good at. I ain't got no coordination.
But I'd rather have my Xbox One than Tiddlywinks. And I don't know if kids is another Xbox One or if they Tiddlywinks.
Your kid, your potential kid that you would have would be Tiddlywinks. That's fucked up. That's awful.
Name them Tiddly.
We gonna get to names and black folks.
I'm just saying, I'm weighing the enjoyment factor. Because clearly,
obviously it's not gonna be enjoyable all the time. But I feel like, I'm hoping anyway. My hope, let me say that. My hope is that the end result is worth the not so enjoyable times.
Hopefully.
Well, I mean, people out here fucking and making babies outside. It's got to be something, and not all of them are mistakes. Some people are doing this purposefully and doing it more than once. So I feel it's got to be something to this kid thing.
But some of them becoming murderers.
That's true. But that goes back in there. You don't be fucking up with your kids. I'm going to hopefully not raise a murderer. I'm going to do my best. And I don't, you know. But I watch a lot of ID channels, so I don't know.
You keep watching that shit while your kids watching it, you're going to damn raise a murder. You got to stop that shit when you have babies around.
Damn. I gotta give up my ID channel.
Yep. You gonna have that shit gonna have to be a secret pleasure.
That's fuck.
You
See,
watch
I'm
in
already.
the
I'm
dark.
that. See that? Because I'm already gonna have to give up cursing. Because I don't like when people curse around their kids or curse at their kids, and so I've already said I'm not gonna do that, which is gonna suck balls because like it's so very much a part of my vocabulary.
I told you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use secret words that ain't cuss words, but I'm gonna use them where you would use a cuss word, so that the kids think they saying something bad, but they just sound stupid to people. It's gonna be hilarious.
Sit your broccoli down.
Exactly. Use terms that everybody know. They're gonna be like,
What?
broccoli. they gonna probably send me a letter from school talking about my son retarded.
He's just yelling out broccoli for no reason. And nobody
vegetables when bullshit happens. Do you know anything about that? Yeah, don't like vegetables.
I would say age difference is bad. It just depends on the people and the stages because I feel like 10 years could matter even with like 30 to 40 if the 40-year-old is either if the person that's 40 is a woman and she can't even have kids no more and you can and you want them or so I don't think you can make a blanket statement and say it's a problem. I think some people can make it work. I don't have any desire to try that shit, to be honest. Like, I just would prefer somebody who's my age, who can relate to the shit that I grew up with and to the shit that, you know, our generation. Like, I don't want to, I just would prefer it.
On any dating apps I have, I got a gap of like 26 to like 32. I'm not looking for anybody older than me.
Yeah.
If somebody that's moderately attractive and they Facebook profile got statuses and shit that I think are cool, if they 24, 23 or 24 and they jump in my inbox aggressive, I won't turn them away. If a 42-year-old do that shit and they aggressive, I'm not going to turn them away. And if they happen to have the internal qualities that are fantastic to me, that can become something, and I won't stop it from becoming something because of their age.
I wish I was that mature. I don't know that I am. I'm 5 for the most part. So yeah, I think that's it for that question. Mm-hmm. So if you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it into the website or you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationcardartist@gmail.com. And since you already brought up names, Cam Newton has a new baby girl.
Okay.
And I would just like to read her name.
All right.
Her name is Sovereign Dior Cambella Newton. Sovereign Dior Cambella Newton.
That is horrible.
What the fuck? First of all, Sovereign, and I feel like here's what the problem is, because I know everybody gonna be like, well, it's Cam Newton's daughter, he has money and she's probably not gonna have to work a regular job because of her dad. Yeah, that's fine, but it's people who don't have money that are fans of Cam Newton who gonna see this shit and be like, oh my god, girl, did you see Cam Newton, his daughter's Sovereign? That is so pretty. My first daughter, I'm gonna name her Sovereign. That is not no. Why would you name your child that?
That shit is pretty as Chunk from the Goonies. Y'all seen the Goonies, right?
Well, it depends on what their age group is. Maybe they have.
Chunk ugly than a motherfucker.
Maybe they haven't.
Like that name is ugly too.
Dior and Cambella, like I get it, Cam. She's a girl. You couldn't name her Cam Jr. Cambella.
It's just like when you see when you hear a girl named Fredisha, you know your daddy named Fred.
And Fred like got you. Let me tell you something, man. I know y'all like to name your seeds after you, but if you have a girl and you didn't get that boy, don't take a variation of your name. Like, it's still your child. She's still your daughter. If your name isn't involved with hers at all, she is still your kid. I am still my dad's daughter, even though my actual real name ain't got shit to do with his name. He's still my dad. He didn't have to name me after him. And his name is Frank, so I don't even know what the fuck that would have been. Francine, I guess.
Where the fuck did you even find the name at?
On the Shade Room.
I see now. Because since she was born in February, apparently they've been hiding the shit out the name.
Well, they should have fucking kept on.
They should have hid this shit till her goddamn ass died.
Sovereign Dior
and not
Campbell
as a baby,
Newton.
like when she was like 70 something. They should have hired her for her whole life.
The whole thing, Dior. The whole thing is terrible. Every part of that name is ugly. Ugly.
He was like, I want a name that means ruler, and I like Dior, the brand. I want that.
And my name got to be in there
somewhere. You can choose something. Bella, okay, you can have that. We'll put that in there with
Campbell.
my name. There we go. We got it. Is that it? Yeah. I figured that's the only way that shit had to happen.
Here's the thing, and before anybody started talking shit about how folks can name their kid whatever they want, you sure the fuck can. Here's the problem though. Your child is not going to be a cute little newborn their entire life. They're going to grow up and they're going to be expected to go out here and be a productive ass citizen. And now you done gave them this fucked up name that they can't be productive with. I cannot stand that shit. And now this child got to suffer the whole rest of their damn life unless they decide to change the bullshit. Because you thought this stupid ass name was cute. Like, what is so wrong with naming your kids just a name, a regular name? They're still your child. Like, her name being Sovereign don't make her no more special than if her name had been April. None at all. She's still your daughter. She still got your genes. Like, the name does not do nothing.
It make her very unique.
Does it make her unique? Does it? In a good way?
No. No, not in a good way.
I'm going to say this. I don't know if this person listens to the podcast. I will deal with the fallout if she does. Because I'm still mad about this name. And the child is probably like fucking 3 or 4 years old by now. Somebody that I went to college with named her daughter Denver Love. Now, Denver is not a name that I would have given a little girl. It's not a name I would have given a child, period. But if that wasn't bad enough, the way that she spelt Denver, Dynvher. Dynvher.
She just threw out all the traditional grammar rules and spelling shit and pronouncing shit, huh?
Why would you do this to this child? And so now every time when she go to school, people gonna be looking at this trying to fucking enunciate, figure out how the fuck to say this. Because at first I was like, that just looked like a bunch of fucking consonants. What is this? And then when I was like, Denver is Denver. This is Denver. Why would you do this? That is ugly. It looks ugly. It is spelled ugly. It sound ugly. It's just ugly. And you thinking it's cute because she's a baby now. It ain't going to be cute when she go to school. It ain't going to be cute when she applying for jobs. And she can't even use her middle name. You named her Love. Like, she can't even use her fucking middle name to try to drop that shit. And she fucked either way now because you want to name her something you thought was cute. I just feel like you're supposed to give your kid every advantage that you can give them. And whether or not you feel that it's right that they gonna be judged by their name when it comes to jobs and shit, you can feel that it ain't right all the live long day. Doesn't mean that it ain't gonna fucking happen. It ain't gonna mean that she not gonna get passed over for some shit because you named her this stupid ass name. Is it right? No. Does it happen? Yes. Is it gonna probably happen to her? Yup. Like, it's stupid. It's so stupid. And I've had arguments with some of my friends before because they come telling me a name that they gonna. And when I'm like, don't do that. That's ugly. Don't do that. I should be able to name my child with yeah, you're right. You should be. But we don't live in the land of shoulds. We live in this reality. And in this reality, we know for a fact that employers overlook fucking applications of people with names that they can't pronounce or people with names that they don't like. They do that shit. That still happens. Why would you name your child something stupid? Like, I don't get it.
I don't even think you can name your kid what you want to because you owe us and you owe that child. Don't make no crazy ass shit for us to have to not roast. You know what I'm saying? Like, your child has a roastable name.
Yes.
they gonna get their ass roasted
all day.
Don't make that easy for us. Make it a regular ass name.
Because the thing is, if you're gonna try to find a name that it's billions of fucking people in the world. If you're gonna try to find a name that nobody else has ever used in the history of names, it's gonna have to be something fucking stupid as hell and spelt fucking stupid as hell. And you know who gonna suffer behind that? Not you, the child. It's fucked up. Please stop naming these kids these stupid ass things. This child gotta walk around and her name is Sovereign. Sovereign. That ain't even cute. It's Sovereign. Sovereign Dior Cambella Newton. It's Sovereign Newton. That is terrible. He might as well have a name the Fig. At least that would have been funny. Fig Newton. This is my daughter, Fig. Fig Newton.
You know his son's name?
Mm-mm.
Chosen Newton. That shit don't even flow off the tongue.
You got Sovereign and Chosen. What the fuck? Come on, man. And again, yeah, he got money, and yeah, maybe she won't have the problem. But again, my problem with this is that I know his fans are people who would see that name and name their child this shit, and their child ain't coming into no money. They're gonna have to work regular fucking jobs and be walking around at Walmart with Sovereign on their name, and people looking at them crazy like, cause I do that sometimes. I look at somebody's name tag and be like, the fuck is that? Why your mama name you that? I don't ask them, obviously.
There's a girl working at Red Lobster. Her name is spelled Fine. It was Fine.
Fine.
You know.
What?
Fine. Like being
Fine. Her name is Fine. But she pronounces it Finier.
That's what it was.
Did it have any of the
our name badges at Red Lobster wasn't that fancy. They might supposed to have, but when you print out the shit, the sticker to put on the name badge, we don't know. It just said Fine.
And I'm sure people call teachers Fine. It's fine here.
They look at it and be like, it's a trap. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I know it ain't what it's supposed to sound like. I know it ain't what it look like. You like Finny? Damn, that was wrong. Have you seen the Key and Peele sketch?
About where he was messing up regular names, and he was like, "Do I look like I'm stupid to you?"
Hey, Ron. Exactly. Like that's what that shit do. Like clearly he was doing it with regular names, but damn, you are doing us a disservice to have to try and pronounce these damn names.
Try to figure out how it's pronounced.
Like, stop naming kids regular shit. Like, it's a motherfucker named Seven out here. Andre 3000 kid. Yes. It's a girl out here named Blue. Yes. That is a fucking color.
Denim. Tony Braxton's son's Denim.
Now we got Chosen and Sovereign. They naming their kids after fucking pronouns, adjectives, verbs. Like, name them some shit that ain't nothing but a noun. Are names nouns? What the fuck are names?
Names no.
Person, place, a thing? Is a name a noun?
It's a name of a person. It would be what is it? Damn it, proper noun. It's a proper, your name is a proper noun, yes.
Name your fucking kids proper nouns. That's it. Damn.
Not adjectives, not... Oh my God. It's just, please stop doing this to these children. Please. It doesn't make them any more special. They should be special just because they're your kid. And they're going to be as special as whatever it is you put into them.
Not bad special, good special.
Good special.
Well, they're going to have... kids going to be bad special.
Yes, some of them are.
You love them.
They're going to have whatever it is you put into them. So why don't you focus more on what you're going to pour into your child instead of what the fuck it is you're going to name? Because a lot of y'all be naming these kids these fucked up ass names, and then that's the last bit of parenting that your ass do.
I wonder what Cam name is. He can't just be Cam. He probably got some old hood rich name shit going on.
Or it could be just Cam, because that's hood rich as fuck. You just name him Cam, and people be like, "What's that short for?" Nothing. It's Cam.
Scam Newton.
Man, Cameron.
No, Hood Rich. Cam Darius. He like, no, y'all just call me Cam. Changing that shit on my birth certificate. That extra shit stupid.
He can't be walking around in these outfits he wearing now with Cam. Did you see the picture of him holding the child with he had on?
Yeah.
He can't be Cam Darius
just
wearing
like a
these
pimp in the 70s. Just like he done played in some Dolomite films.
No, there was a picture. He's been a lot of memes. And one that I saw with him in the outfit said he out here dressed like the auntie that thinks you better than everybody. He be wearing them hats. They look like ladies' hats.
I don't know who started giving him fashion advice.
He think he's him and what's his name? Is it Westbrook?
Oh yeah, Westbrook.
They think they're like these fashion icons, I think, and they dress themselves and they think the shit is fly.
Westbrook dressed like a blipster. That's a black hipster. It ain't quite hipster because it got some weird flair on it.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
A blipster.
But Cam didn't dress like that at Auburn.
He did not. But I guess
somebody at some point entered his life and said, "We gonna get them threads right, brother." And I imagine they said it just like that because they are from the fucking 70s. The height of their fashion was in the 70s. They say, "We gonna get them threads right, brother."
I don't.
Fuck these jive turkeys out here.
Nigga. Jive. I ain't heard that in so long. That sound like some shit Cole would say because he walk around, he borrowing them old folks.
Old lingo.
Yeah. Jive turkey.
But it's in his regular lingo, though.
Yeah.
I just use it when we're talking about 70s. Old niggas.
Oh my God. So yes, please stop naming your kids fucked up ass names, please. For me, for the people who gonna have to try to pronounce these names, and for the employers who are gonna pass over your child, please stop.
They already gonna pass over their black ass because they black. Don't make them pass over their black ass and then go tell all the employees, guess who I just passed over? Somebody.
Oh, because if you don't think motherfuckers don't be making fun of your kids' names in these businesses, I worked at a university. I'm telling you. Motherfuckers are making fun of your kid's name because I went through all the applications for the department that I worked in. We did that shit all the time. It happens. Motherfuckers are 100% making fun of your child. 100%. Yes.
And as a mental health therapist,
oh yeah,
that operates an agency that gets referrals in, I can't say none of the names, but it's a lot of crazy names out here.
Oh my
God. There's a lot of people that think they clever as shit. But you ain't clever.
No.
Your kid just gonna have self-esteem issues because you thought your ass was clever. You're not. So I don't know if y'all know what's going on in politics, but Maxine Waters, everybody's favorite black politician.
I fucking love her to death. I want to be her.
Politician, but
I want to be her when I'm older.
I
want her attitude. I want that spirit when I'm my age. Because she ain't got time for your bullshit. She don't have no time for it. I love her.
Black women at work.
Yes.
So Angela Rye was in a debate with, I think, Joe Walsh, maybe.
It was Joe Walsh.
In which she said, and she said this a couple of times, the only thing that they've done wrong is be black women at work. When you talk about Maxine Waters and April Ryan, they are black women that do their job. So what happened with Maxine Waters is
Bill O'Reilly.
Punk ass. They were on a Fox News panel, and he said I couldn't understand anything she said because of her wig. She had on a James Brown wig, and that shit is not surprising coming from a conservative, race-baiting white man, but I just want to let people know how invalidating it is to diminish what a woman is trying to accomplish, specifically a black woman, by talking about her hair. Because that shit don't even happen to white women.
No, it don't.
It's been a long-standing history of debate about what black women can do with their hair. Even to the Army just changing regulations to what kind of braids and hairstyles that black women can have.
Yep.
When you have a society And this is the fucked up part about it. Because the only reason that any black woman has ever desired to perm her hair, to make her hair straight, is because our society originally didn't give you access to nothing if you didn't have that shit.
Yep.
You couldn't come with your natural hair because, first off, back in the 60s and 70s, you're going to be considered as a goddamn rebel.
Yeah.
Or a Black Panther. And you're going to be getting pulled over and investigated by the police if you got an afro. And so for him to fucking use that as an excuse for not listening. First off, white man, you weren't listening to her no way.
Nope.
You weren't going to listen to her. And if you heard her and listened to her, you were going to find a way to invalidate it. But to use her hair as an excuse just highlights this desire for men like Bill O'Reilly to invalidate the dialogue of somebody that's strong and positive and can't be influenced by his bullshit.
And she did not look like motherfucking James Brown at all. She looked like yo nana. She looked like your auntie that don't take no shit off of that. She just looked like a black woman in her 50s. That's what she looked like. Like the hair was not crazy hair. It's the hair she had all the fucking time.
But don't act like James Brown hair wasn't laid though.
It was. I'm
Like,
not
James
taking.
Brown
I
hair
don't
was-
say that to take anything from James Brown because his hair was indeed laid. But her hair did not. She did not look like James Brown. I've seen Maxine Waters so many times, and never have I looked at her and be like, she got a whole James Brown thing going
But
on.
you gotta understand, Bill O'Reilly was looking at her with white man eyes, which is far different than black people eyes. Like we see the different variations and the different ways that we exist. I just assume that somebody like Bill O'Reilly, when they see a black person, just see a whole blur, and the only way he can distinguish black people is by their voice. I just assume
That's terrible.
that's how. Have you heard the shit he said?
Yeah,
He get
I
these
know.
generalizations about black people have tattoos and black people commit crimes and black people do this and black people. He generalized everything about them. I don't think he really see nothing on black people. He just see a big ass blur. It's just a blur, and when you talk, he know who you are. Or when the news broadcast say the name of this black person in front of you is such and such, he just keep using their name. But you know what? He just see a blur. When he see black women, he just see a blur and James Brown hair on top. That's all he see because he using white man. He using racist, conservative white man eyes. He's not interested in nothing black.
I wonder what he would see when he look at me with my red afro.
Just fucking like the motherfucker from what's
Oh shit! Cause you laughing
damn
already.
is one of them claymation shows with the frozen dude and the red dude with the fire looking hair. You just see that
The
shit.
Christmas story.
The Christmas story, is that the name of it?
It's not. It's one of the Christmas stories, but the guy with the fire, the frozen dude is like, what do they call the cold? It's not Father
Jack
Time.
Frost?
It's not Jack Frost.
Don't know.
Yeah, but that's what I know what you're talking about. That's
Y'all know what
terrible.
I'm talking about. He just see that. He just see fucking a red
A red
blur.
flame.
He see brown and then he see like a red blur and he be like, "What the fuck is that?" He have to call people on the microphone. Hey, get a black person. And let me know what's fuck's going on with this black person's hair. And then Ben Carson, little bitty eye ass, be like, "I don't know. I can't see it. My fucking eyes ain't big enough." I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
No, I wouldn't imagine.
So that's number one black woman at work. Number two black woman at work, April Ryan.
Love her to death too.
She
Ain't got time for your shit either.
I can't remember the name. Black Urban Radio Network, I think. Anyway, or I don't think Black is in it. Maybe Urban Radio Network. But she is a reporter for one of these stations. She goes to the White House and she asks Sean Spicer some fucking hard questions. Which hard questions for Sean Spicer are, what did you eat for breakfast? What are the name of your kids? Do you remember your passwords for your Twitter account? Like, shit that he should absolutely know and have a response for is fucking hard questions for him. She said, the question she asked was, how are you going to rebrand this administration when you have things like Russia, when you have things like Donald Trump tweeting, when you have and he's like, we don't have those things. We don't have Russian. And then he made a joke. He said if Donald Trump eats Russian salad dressing on his salad tonight, you're gonna call it a Russian connection.
Sean.
Listen.
Sean.
She wasn't asking, is that shit true? She said, considering how you look from all of this shit coming up, how are you going to make yourself look less like you look now? That's what she asked. And he just berated her. He just said, you're shaking your head because y'all just don't want to accept no for an answer. But at some point, you're going to have to accept no for an answer. You keep shaking your head. He ain't went off on nobody like that before. You know? And you know what? Maybe in the future he will. But I promise you right now, if between now and the end of this president term with Sean Spicer as the press secretary, if he don't go off on nobody else like he went off on her, he did that shit because she was black. I be trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. Let's not jump the race. But who has he done this to before? Nobody? Well, let's see who he do this to in the future. He's the press secretary. He got a fucking degree in something revolving around communication. If you can't...
in any other administration, I would say he does.
You're right. He should, you know,
this
or
one,
at
maybe
least
not.
whatever qualifications he has
Yes.
indicates that he was the best person to get up there and speak in front of people from somebody's perspective.
Yes.
You think he'd be able to have a little bit more composure? You think he'd be able to answer some of these questions?
He ain't got no answers, Sway. He don't have the answers. That's why he mad, because he don't have no answers.
Dealing with Donald Trump, I imagine, is like fucking trying to solve a Rubik's Cube with all the stickers gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the
That
fuck,
is
Donald
hilarious.
Trump?
I just imagine looking at a black ass Rubik's.
It's like trying to put together a 1,000,000-piece puzzle of blue sky. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what the fuck piece coming next. So, yes, Sean Spicer, your job is hard. But I promise to you, you better do this in the future to one of these white men or to one of these white female reporters. You need to do that shit to one of them. Otherwise, I'm going to look back and say that shit was racist. The only person he done ever berated like that is a black woman. And that's not the first time that white men have done this.
No.
White men do this shit all the time. This is some shit that black women deal with fucking constantly.
It's ridiculous.
I'm just not here for the disrespect of black women. Because if you look at a totem pole of who's going through the most shit in our society, black women are on the bottom of that totem pole.
Yes.
You got, from my perspective, you got black women, black men, and you know what? That's just sheerly from slavery. Okay, we at the bottom. Don't give a fuck what you say. Native American women, then Native American men, then Latino women, then Latino men, then Asian women, then Asian men, and then white women and white men on top. Like, that's how the hierarchy goes. But black women have dealt with more shit collectively over the history of our country than anybody have. So I'm not here for the disrespect of black women. I'm not here for the downgrading of black women. I'm not here to use shit like her hair to invalidate the very valid shit that she was saying when she said it.
They're so stupid. But Maxine Waters is who I endeavor to become as I get older.
A politician?
Hell no. Just, she don't give a shit. She don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't have any respect for it. Like, she don't give a fuck what she's saying. Yeah,
she was like, I'm a strong black woman. I don't give a fuck what he say. Bill O'Reilly, he done beat women. Fuck, I give a fuck about what he's saying. She's saying that in as most polite political speak as she can.
But so much with, like, how your black mama would. That's why I love her. It's just, I can hear my mom in her. Like, she just don't give a fuck. She out of fucks to give. And so while she still tries to be, because she realizes the position that she's in politically, she's the most I don't give a fuck black politician I've ever seen in my life. Like, I love just listening to her and, like, watching her face, her facial expressions. I just love Maxine Waters. She's amazing. So, yeah.
Black women at work, don't be intimidated. This is the society that we have, unfortunately. And I think white men are going to consistently, continue to act that way towards you. But What I would say is, black men, don't be a part of the fucking problem. Don't buy into that bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to do a much, much better job at protecting and supporting black women than we get an opportunity to do, and that we try to do, because we can't even look past our own goddamn issues that we have to try to help somebody else with theirs. You know, depending on the kind of black man you are, you know. Support black women, man. They've been through more shit than you. And they had a potential to go through more shit than you.
I hate to lead into this. It goes in the opposite of what you're talking about.
Well,
But the cotton picking prom requester. So if y'all haven't seen this, two white girls,
Becky and Becky too.
Becky and Becky too, decided that they wanted to ask their black friend to the prom. And you know, the teenagers now go all out of the way doing these prom, like asking people to the prom and shit. They do all of this fancy shit. When I was in high school, a nigga just said, hey, you want to go to prom with me? Like, it wasn't staged events and shit. Like, these teenagers now do a whole lot to ask
That's
people to prom.
because they know it's statistically improbable that they're going to get married. So they go ahead and get the big event out the way. They just do that shit early.
That's terrible and sad. But so in the spirit of teenagers doing the absolute most to ask somebody to prom, these two white girls made a sign to ask their black friend to the prom. And the sign said, you might be busy picking cotton, but we were busy picking you. And of course, people were upset. They've been suspended. The two white girls have been suspended from school. The black girl was not.
Of course not. She's black.
I was disappointed in her because the picture with the sign, she's standing there between the two of them behind this fucking sign, looking like Ben Carson. Like, what the fuck? I have white friends, and my white friends know fucking better than to do some shit like this. I had white friends in high school. I wish the fuck they would have referred to me picking cotton. What the fuck? How is that cute? How am I supposed to feel by you saying that? Now, they had an excuse as to why they used this cotton reference, because it wasn't because she's black. Of course not. We're not racist. It's because she's the heir to her grandmother's cotton picking business in Alabama.
I feel like that's disrespectful. How do you call somebody the heir of a fucking cotton picking field or a cotton field? That's bullshit. When you talk about heirs, you're talking about to the thrones or something.
Blue Ivy is an heir to the legacy of Beyonce and Jay-Z. You are not the heir to some fucking cotton fields.
You are not an heir. That is a fucking inheritance. And a shitty one at that. Okay? No fucking cotton.
And how is she the heir? And not one of the grandmother's actual children. When do grandparents leave their grandchildren their stuff? Like,
well,
isn't it?
Parents ain't shit.
But is her parents, like, maybe
they dead.
Who's she living with?
Well, if the cotton field in Alabama and she going to prom in another state, I don't know who she living with.
I mean, people Alabama's shitty. Anybody who can get out, I say get the fuck out. So her parents moving from Alabama don't mean that they left because of some bullshit. Maybe their jobs took them from Alabama.
Well, maybe the reason that they don't have a good relationship with the grandma is because of some bullshit.
It could be.
And the grandma loved the grandbaby, but hate the mom and daddy.
How the fuck do these white girls even know? Is this some shit she go around? But you now answer this cotton field in Bama. Like, how do they even know this shit?
I believe that shit's a lie.
I believe it's a lie too.
It's too elaborate.
How else could you make it okay to refer to a black person as somebody picking cotton other than to say, well, they have a cotton field? That's why I said it. I didn't say it because she's black.
And I feel like they over-exaggerated in the story. She's the heir to the cotton throne. Like, that's not how you lie. You lie by saying, listen, her grandma has a cotton farm. She talked about picking cotton all the time when she was young, and we know that story. That's how you lie. You don't say she's the heir to the fucking cotton throne in Alabama. Ain't no goddamn thrones in Alabama.
It's not.
Ain't no heirs in Alabama, okay?
I mean, this
and
might
the only thing White people in this motherfucking area inherited racism.
Pretty much.
That's it.
Are there black people that are over cotton fields? Like, I just feel like that would be the last shit somebody would want to be involved in. I would not want to be involved in cotton. I just wouldn't.
I mean,
that wouldn't be
different.
the industry.
Today you could buy a machine and roll over.
I mean, I know, but
cotton.
I don't want to fucking tell people that I harvest cotton for a living. Like, I don't want no parts of that. I just don't. Personally, I would not be involved in the cotton industry. I just wouldn't.
I don't know the conditions under which cotton grow. Now, I don't know if it's just simple as picking cotton up out of the ground and planting some other shit, or if the conditions under which cotton grow is just best for cotton. So if somebody gave me fucking 40 acres of land that can either be cotton and make me money or be nothing, I'd take the fuck out of that cotton. I don't care.
I mean, have you ever seen a cotton field?
Yes.
You can grow anything out there, and if I don't know that
but it's cotton though. I'm at like.
I feel like cotton will grow wherever the fuck you in Alabama. I mean,
I'm just saying cotton has to have a different effect on water because it's cotton. Like, I would imagine that cottons could grow in much drier environments with less water than could vegetables and things like that.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't be involved.
I mean, listen,
cotton.
if I put my shirt in a puddle of water and I put a carrot in a puddle of water, my shirt gonna soak up all the water. The carrot is just gonna be in a fucking puddle of water. You know that, right?
I do know that. I don't know. Maybe that's the case.
I don't know.
I would not be involved.
If you're a farmer, if you know anything about growing crops and shit, matter of fact, I'm going to Pepper Place. Pepper Place is a farmer's market. Next week,
it's amazing.
I'm gonna ask somebody.
I'm gonna try to go with you, I think.
If you gonna go with me, I'll go earlier.
Yeah.
Because they open at 8.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be outside. But it's a farmer's market.
It's amazing.
I swear I'm gonna ask somebody that shit.
Make sure you ask the right person.
I'm gonna ask the country's most racist person I can.
Ask somebody white though.
Everybody white at Pepper Place, except there's one lady that's selling pound cake.
Well,
that was delicious.
we went. It was some black people because my mom bought. I mean, they made sure to go over and patronize them, but what did they have? Tomato. They had a bunch of like stuff. There was some black people out there when we went. That was last year.
Because it was inside, it was less space for people. So they said it's gonna be outside next week.
Yeah, it's huge when it's outside. It's amazing. But let me tell you something. If I have a daughter and she come home and she said her friends invited her to prom and they referred to her picking cotton, I'm fucking going up. Like, and I'm gonna go off on your little stupid ass. Like, why you think that's cute? That ain't cute. What have I done wrong in raising you that you think it's okay for these little white bitches to refer to you picking cotton? What is wrong with you? No.
What's wrong with you? You mama? How you let your kids?
That's what I'm saying. I'm finna say I don't know how I fucking failed you at this point that you thought that this shit was okay. This is not okay, and your black ass ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna be friends with them little heifers no more because they don't respect you and they don't respect the hell I feel disrespected and they didn't even say the shit to me. And your little simple ass, we finna have some history lessons or some shit. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know where I went wrong that you think it's okay for them to refer to you as picking cotton. You done lost your damn mind. You done lost it.
Probably call you Harriet when there ain't nobody around. Hey, Harriet? That's not my name. Yeah, but you're black.
Oh,
and you said you rode a train before.
My God.
I don't know. I mean, if that's how white people connect shit, like this situation, they had to know this was a reference to slavery. This wasn't a, you're going to be the heir to your fucking grandmama's cotton throne moment. This wasn't a reference to that. This was a reference to slavery.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, we're white. She's black. Let's be clever and do something that's slavery related. Let's do it. Becky 1. Okay, Becky 2.
Your voice is for them, though.
They did that shit. And the black girl was back there smiling through tears. She was smiling, but she was smiling because...
She just seemed like she was... Because it's some oblivious motherfuckers out here. There's some oblivious ass motherfuckers out here.
I feel like...
She looked like she was genuinely just like, look at this. This is cute. Oh, my God.
But I'm saying, That's the same smile you gotta give when you in a room full of white people.
But I ain't finna give no smile to those people who call themselves my friend. I gotta do that in a room full of white folk because I work there, right? With my friends, I wish the fuck some of my friends would pull some shit like that. Ain't gonna be no smiles, ain't gonna be no pictures taken, ain't gonna be none of that shit. They ain't gonna want to record what I have.
They were your friends in an all-white school in a predominantly white county, and it was 60 white people around there with 60 of their daddies, half of which are likely KKK.
I don't give a fuck.
And you the only black person
I grew up
right
in Talladega. Do you know how fucking white Talladega is? Like, I don't give a shit. I had white friends when I went. No, this is not okay. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hell no, I'm not going to no fucking prom with your racist ass, and we ain't friends no more either.
See, and the thing is, they ain't even gonna fuck with you. They gonna lynch your brothers for that shit. Your brothers gonna be missing one by one, found in the woods in a tree, because your ass didn't just smile behind that damn
I'm not
sign.
finna smile behind no goddamn car. And then you look crazy because she got people coming at her now, the black girl, because black folks is like, bitch, what's wrong with you? Why did you think this was okay? No, no.
Ben Carson probably her role model.
He gotta be. Because that's some Ben Carson and shit to
Uncle
do.
Ruckus.
You standing back there cheesing betwixt these bitches.
Clarence Thomas. They her friends.
You back here cheesing behind these bitches like it's fine. The fuck? No.
People in Alabama ain't heirs to shit, and the only thing motherfuckers in Alabama inherit is racism.
Pretty much.
Right? Don't use that terminology to talk about something you getting from a family member, especially if you black and it's a fucking cotton field.
I really feel like they were just like, how can we spin this? We've got to fix this. Cotton field. She has a cotton field. That's it. Then she really would have been picking cotton. I mean, and it's racist then.
But how does that even make it an inside joke? That's not a joke.
And then that make me even sadder and angrier at the black girl. So let's say it is an inside joke. So this means you letting these bitches walk around referring to you as picking cotton on a regular basis. That is even more Ben Carson of you. That is terrible. So these your friends, and on a regular basis they refer to you as picking cotton. Do they call you a monkey too? Like, how far does this go?
I'm just saying. All right.
What the fuck?
If you're black and you somehow connected to cotton fields, don't tell your white friends.
Hell,
that's almost as bad as having fucking fried chicken in your lunchbox around all your white friends. That's just as bad as being at the damn drink machine and choosing Grape-A-Co while everybody watching you.
It's delicious though.
It is delicious. I'm just saying.
And chicken.
You open yourself up.
And watermelon.
You know
what? I enjoy eating watermelon in front of white people. I want you to say something. Say something about me eating this watermelon. Please say something. Please.
The thing is,
let's have a conversation about me eating
I can't help being black in front of white people. But I try not to be black as hell in front of white people. Is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Grape-A-Co is delicious. But you know what? I like Sprite. I'll have a Sprite today. You know what? I fucking love fried chicken. But one, I never eat fried chicken that hadn't just came out the grease within the last 20 minutes. So I would not have it in my lunchbox. But I also could order a chicken sandwich instead of fried chicken if I'm with a white friend.
I mean, I guess. I might do that sometime. But if I'm in the mood for, I'm just gonna get it. You just gonna have to see me be black as fuck today. I want some fried chicken. I'm sorry. It's delicious. And I just saw them take it out the grease. It's hot as fuck. I want some fried chicken.
I mean, I'm just joking around right now because like I would do the black level of black I am. White folks ain't gonna perceive me as no or less black if I eat fried chicken in front of their ass. They just gonna be like, see? Mm-hmm. And if I'm eating a sandwich, they gonna be like, why isn't he eating fried chicken? They not gonna be like, he's different than I expected. See, white people, when it comes to blackness, Black is a constant negative.
Yeah. So when you do something else, it's like, oh my God.
Exactly. If they hear you talking proper, if you're educated, if you got a degree from an Ivy League school,
you don't sound like the rest
you
of
don't
them.
act like them. You're not like them.
I am them, bitch. What you talking about? It ain't no separation.
They take you out of
Yep,
black
they
and
do.
leave black the same shit.
Black still fucked up. You just ain't included in it right
And the
now.
same thing with white people who they look at and say you acting black. When they see behaviors that they disapprove of, that somehow remind them of our culture, they put their ass in black.
You know what I hate to hear white people say? And somebody white that I know said this week, and I had to just be like, okay. I hate when they say, that's so ghetto. I hate it. I hate when they say something is ghetto. I cannot stand that shit. I fucking hate it so much. I really do. And I really want to say something. End result would not be worth it because I know that they gonna leave that conversation and probably be like, I said something was ghetto and this black girl got it's not gonna go anywhere. Not where I would like for it. I just hate when they say that shit.
What I would like is,
or that's hood.
I would like for when a black person call a white person on some shit, I would like for them to say, I have made one of my brown accomplices angry for some reason. I really need to evaluate the reason that they're angry. It could be something racially motivated that I'm not aware of subconsciously. Instead, they be like, that shit ain't racist.
Yep. They gonna argue with you about why it ain't racist. Just don't fucking say the shit, bitch. You have to call it ghetto. You ain't got no other words in your vocabulary. You that pressed that you gotta call it ghetto. I really hate when I hear that shit,
wish
dude.
white people would say, maybe I need to change my predispositions
They're white.
about what I think about black.
On point. They're white. They're not. Why would they need to change? Everybody around them needs to change. They don't need to change.
White is the default setting.
Yes.
You know what? When I go to play NBA 2K17 and I go to create a player, they start off white. When I go to Madden to create a player, they start off white. It's default setting.
Yeah.
White, blue eyes. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I just started playing Mass Effect Andromeda. Mm-hmm. You don't know what that is.
I do not.
It's a game about outer space shit.
Okay.
The black options are upsetting.
Why?
This shit take place in 2185.
Okay.
Where the fuck are high top fades at in 2185? They got like 2 hairstyles for black people. Fucking bald headed. It ain't really bald headed, but it just look like it's little ants on your head, like little stubble.
Aww.
And then a fucked up ass beginning starter dread kit. I'm like, cause people talking about you get to customize your character on this one, which you couldn't on the last ones. I get him like, oh, finna be black as hell. First off, you don't get black as hell. The blackest you get on there is fucking Bruno Mars color. You can't get my color on Mass Effect Andromeda. And they don't even have a bald-headed fucking option. I'm bald-headed. They don't have a bald-headed option. And they only got fucking starter kit dreads option.
That's sad.
But also, which I've never ever done, in the game you have a twin sister. Okay. Or if you start off as a woman, twin brother. I've never designed a woman on a game. Because
Why?
there's never been... I'm a dude. I never created a woman for any reason in any game I play where you can create a character. Until now. The hair options are fucking abysmal. There is one hair option that is meant to be for cultural people, which is like 5 braids down the middle and you bald headed on the sides.
Why I got to be fucking braids? Why I got to be cornrows? Damn.
It's horrible.
Reducing us down to cornrows.
One of them actually looked like Maxine Waters' hairstyle. To be honest. But I was disappointed. Like, but,
I played The Sims, so I made dudes.
But I'll tell you like this: on NBA 2K, when you create a character, I've never seen a game that has put so much energy into making black folks' hair look like the fuck it's supposed to look like. Mass Effect should have took some pages out of fucking 2K book. They should have called their ass up and said, "How do y'all get waves on y'all's characters? Cause we ain't getting it.
Wow.
We only got fucking dread starter kit and Negro stubble."
They Say Negro stubble.
You know, Negro stubble different from white man stubble because I have thicker. But also, you can barely see it because we also black.
That is terrible.
It is terrible. Listen, Tina Fey.
Love her.
She's funny.
Her book, what is it? Boss. Her book is funny. I can't think of
We
the name
always
of
be
it.
bringing up shit and we don't know what the fuck
Every time.
it is.
She's only wrote one book. It's amazing and it's funny. You should read it. I don't know the name. Got Boss in it.
Bossy Pants?
Bossy Pants. Yes. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I just looked it up.
Bossy Pants.
Anyway, Tina Fey, I don't want to say went in.
She didn't go in.
Because she ain't go in that bitch. She came and she knocked on the door a little bit.
Yeah.
Waited for somebody to answer. They didn't answer and she opened it up, peeked in, and then walked in. But she talked about white women who voted for Trump.
Yep.
And who are seeing all this bullshit happen. And now they just want to play Ray Charles to that shit. Now they want to be like, I don't see what's going on. I don't see nothing. But you know what? Tina Fey said it don't work like that.
You can't do that.
But she wasn't aggressive. She could have been like, hell no. Don't turn y'all motherfucking heads. Y'all had a part to do with this shit. Y'all need to look at it.
That sounds like Sam Jackson. And I don't think she has the capabilities.
Sam Jackson will get the little things that they put on your eyes when they want you to keep watching TV or something in movies and just put Trump on the TV the whole time. She didn't do that. She was more like, listen now, I know y'all like HGTV, but you can't just turn your head and watch
Oh,
HGTV.
yeah, she did mention HGTV.
You kind of got to see what's going on.
Because you did this. Because you did this. This your fault.
But see, the thing is, and what I've been saying about black people and to black people is you have to take the anger and the vitriol out of the message if you want it to be communicated effectively.
Yes. That's what she did.
The way that Tina Fey communicated that to white women are likely to say, I like Tina Fey. She ain't making me feel bad. Because you know what? White people feel bad.
They don't like to feel bad.
They don't like to feel bad. A lot of them feel bad, but a lot of them are in denial and push back from shit we say that make them feel bad. And you know what? It ain't like we ain't saying facts.
Yeah. If
you say police officers are killing black people at a disproportionate rate, which is a fact, they start feeling bad. Bitch, it's a fact. Fact ain't supposed to have no goddamn emotional response. And if it does, then you need to be a part of doing something about changing that shit.
Yeah. Because
the only shit that make them feel bad is shit that they think we saying they do to us.
Yep.
But they do shit to us.
They do.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, the only reason a fucking recipe for smallpox blankets exists is because of white people, right? Shit, the only reason that African Americans exist is because of white people, right?
Yes. Yeah.
The only reason that unseasoned chicken exists.
I hate you so fucking much.
I ain't even gonna finish the sentence because that'll make it racist. I just said that randomly. It wasn't connected to anything I said previously. What I'm saying
is it about? I think we've talked about this before. How you eat plain ass chicken? Why wouldn't you put seasoning in it? I don't understand why that's. How do you grow up with that and pass that along? I don't understand. It's disgusting.
I think
it's plain. It's not.
I think because white people are so amazing, I think that the insides of their mouths are automatically seasoned.
I fucking hate you so much.
I think that, but we never know. They don't know that ours aren't, and we don't know that theirs is. But I think the inside of their mouths is seasoned, so when they eat stuff, it automatically tastes delicious. You know how to do shit to it. They can just take a live chicken and bite its back.
Ew.
It'd be delicious.
I don't know why I'm friends with you. I just don't understand sometimes. This is one of those times.
They mouth is seasoned already.
Okay.
We didn't get that. We got melanin. We got our superpower. We got protection from the sun. They got seasoned mouth.
Oh my God. That's gonna be a shirt too. Seasoned mouth. Oh,
anyway,
God.
Tina Fey called him out, and I like that. That's cool. I like when But see, the problem is a lot of black people be having problems with that.
Which I don't understand. You get mad because they don't say nothing. You get mad because they say something. You cannot put them in a place where they can't do shit now. You got to give them a direction to go in. And I like when they stand up and say, you know what? White folks is fucking up. I'm white and I'm still saying white folks is fucking up. I like when they do that. I feel like it carries more weight when it's somebody like Tina Fey than it is if me or you say it. Because we just complaining and we're just, whatever the fuck. You don't get to do that with Tina Fey.
That come with that angry black man stereotype
and
that
angry
black woman stereotype. All of that shit, that perceptual ways of how we address issues, that's what that shit come with.
She don't have that. So I think it carries more weight. Is it right that it carries more weight when she says it? No, but that's not what we're talking about. The fact that she said it is good.
It ain't right. It's white. White America.
Oh my God. Terrible.
Oh. Yeah. I'm done with that.
I-85 collapsed. Homeless people did it. I don't fucking know how. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. How did
homeless people make the road collapse?
They set a fire underneath it, and the fire somehow was hot enough to fuck with the stability of the overpass, and a big ass chunk of the shit just collapsed.
Seriously?
Yes.
You mean
3 homeless people set a fire apparently under the bridge, and it fucked with the stability of it, and it fell.
If the weakness of a bridge is a fucking fire underneath it, we got very big structural issues.
I mean, now it wasn't a little fire because like you could see the flames like on the road, above the road when before it collapsed. Cause first the story was a big part of it was on fire, right? So they cordoned off the part that was on fire. That's why they didn't nobody get hurt, because they blocked off traffic where they were and they were fighting the fire. In the course of them fighting this fire, the shit collapsed. So nobody was on it, thankfully, because they were trying to fight the fire and had blocked it off. But yeah.
My next question is, why do homeless people need a fire bigger than a small area? What the fuck were they doing?
I don't know. They haven't said. They said that they've arrested 3 people, that they were homeless people in connection with the fire that was started that caused the collapse. They have not said what the homeless people were doing.
Motherfuckers trying to make a firehouse.
They gonna live in a house of it. And
motherfuckers live in ice houses.
Here's the thing. It's hot right now. This shit would have made more sense in the fucking winter. Nigga, it's hot. It's in the 80s now. You don't need no fire.
All I'm saying is, people live in ice.
Maybe
they stupid enough to believe they can live in fire.
Ice, if you warm, it won't kill you. Fire touch you, you're gonna have some problems. 3rd degree burns.
Maybe they all low IQ.
I mean, I'm waiting to hear what the fuck it was that they were doing, because it don't make. I don't know how a fire underneath, like, started by some homeless people, got that out of control that the fire department couldn't put the shit out, and it burned for so long that it fucking collapsed the big ass part of the main road going into Atlanta.
Homeless people need fire is to warm up, and I know from movies that they do that in
barrels.
A small barrel trash can. That movies have taught me that. That's all they need fire for. And crack injecting. That's it.
I mean, maybe they were.
A homeless person ain't gonna get they hands on enough cocaine to burn a bridge down.
Maybe they were cooking something, some food, meat. Maybe somebody gave us some meat and they were like, we gotta cook this shit because we ain't got a fridge, so we just need to make this fire real quick.
Who gives homeless people meat? Raw meat.
An asshole.
That's rude as fuck. Hey, homeless people, I got food for you, but you can't eat it now.
I ain't gonna cook it.
You gotta prepare it somehow. I know you don't got a home. I know you don't got a kitchen, and I know fire is sparse for you. But if you can find a way to cook it, you're good and in the game.
I mean,
and then they black. They don't even have seasoned mouth. Where they gonna get seasonings from?
Well, if you homeless and ain't got no food, you unseasoned chicken is better than no chicken, right?
I don't know.
I mean, if I'm hungry, I eat some unseasoned chicken if it ain't no other options. The reason I don't eat unseasoned chicken is because I always have other options.
Well, either way.
I don't know. I just know.
If they got ribs and chicken that was cooked, it turned into a burn up bridge. Needless to say, they food did not turn out well.
I mean, they might have got some of it cooked up before the shit fell. It was like, get that meat. Let's go.
This shit had to have developed over. Like, either this took a long ass time to develop, or this bridge was really, really fucked up before.
It's 85 though. 85 is like the main road.
85 is like almost 100 years old now.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
I would imagine so. The fucked up shit is that if anybody who's ever been to Atlanta know that the traffic is garbage as fuck on a good day. Now the main road that is used, the main interstate used in Atlanta, a big ass portion of it is like blocked off. Probably even bigger because they got to try to figure out how the fuck to fix this shit. Now it's detours and shit everywhere. It's probably, I mean, like schools, their spring break is this week coming up, and the schools were just like, don't come Friday. Cause it happened. Cause the buses weren't going. It was gonna be too much. They got to figure out what to do like after this week. But at least schools are out, and parents ain't gonna have to try to fight that fucking shit. All they gotta do
is get some wood and put it over there. And then
if the homeless people burned up this concrete and steel ass motherfucker, you think the wood gonna last?
No, what I think is that ain't no homeless person gonna get caught with fire under a bridge for the next 5 years. That's what I think.
I mean, that's if they know it was some of their own. They homeless. How they gonna know that it was homeless? I know because I have TV.
Even so, this shit happened under a bridge. If a police officer see anybody under a bridge, like true. They done fucked up under bridges for everybody in Atlanta now.
They have.
They finna go clear out every goddamn under the bridge area. They gonna put watchdogs down there.
Oh shit! I'm just glad wasn't nobody hurt, because can you imagine driving on some shit and the road just fucking fall up from underneath you? Shit. Oh
yeah, I can.
Hell, the fuck no.
Imagine that I'm gonna be dead.
Thankfully, the fire happened because of the fire. Again, they blocked off the road, so there wasn't no cars on there. Because if the shit had it been for the fire,
you say thankful for the fire. The fire, the reason the bitch failed.
But I'm saying. If it was that unstable that the fire was able to do that shit, maybe it was gonna collapse sometime soon, and maybe cars would have been on there when that shit happened.
Well, that has strong negative implications for the rest of 85 now.
It does.
What if that's the case? If fire did it here and it could happen anywhere, what's the next part?
I don't know.
Motherfuckers gonna be driving fucking with anxiety out here.
Right.
Oh, I hope the bridge don't fall.
I mean, it don't impact me because we on 65. If I still lived in Montgomery, it'd be a problem because Montgomery's 65 runs through Montgomery. So,
and
85 runs through Montgomery.
It's not many parts of 65 that are on a bridge.
Yeah, it's
going
not.
Towards Huntsville, they just finished one, so so it's not many parts that's on a bridge that could fall through that wood because of its old. But if you living under a bridge right now, it ain't a good time for you. And I'm also should probably assume that you don't have access to listening to this message.
Probably
either.
not. Probably. That's what I'm saying. They don't know that it was some of they folks that fucked that bridge up because they ain't got access to news. Do soup kitchens have TVs up? Maybe if they go into like get food at the soup kitchens, they might get to see like whatever's on. I don't know that they have TVs at soup kitchens. I don't think they do.
I don't know. I don't think it would be a good idea.
No. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've been like here is it Urban Ministries? I think it's one of the ones downtown they have where they open the kitchen up on Wednesdays and they cook food from the garden to get donations in, so you pay whatever you want to pay for the food. And some of the less fortunate come and I've gone on my lunch break with some of my coworkers before, and they ain't had no TVs, no shit. It's just in like a cafeteria style ass room. You get the food, you leave. Ain't nothing else in there for you to take. So
less fortunate is a disrespectful term to some people, because some people are not less fortunate. They fucked up.
Oh well, yeah.
Fucked up out here.
Less fortunate is a nice way of saying it.
You know the word fortune mean? Like, if you got $2 million and your neighbor got $1 million, they less fortunate.
Yeah, but what do people always say? You every day that you draw breath in your body is a good thing.
That's shit poor homeless crackheads say. Or people that used to be poor homeless crackheads, but they got out of it.
I mean, I work with a homeless guy who, because we're a free service, he was the most picky motherfucker. Like, we trying to help him, and he like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to live that. Motherfucker, you don't live nowhere right now. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Like, really? Sir, you don't get to be picky right now.
Nigga, you ain't no house hunters. Motherfucker talking about 9-foot crown molding and shit. If you don't get your ass under this bridge that we are trying to provide for your ass.
I mean, it's a bunch of programs. Like, I can't think of any of them right off of my head. But there are a lot of programs downtown for like people who've been homeless. You can go be in a shelter for so long and they'll help you get stable housing if you can prove in the time that you stay there that you would be capable of maintaining it. We trying to get him in one of them programs. He like, well, I don't really want to live with other people. Motherfucker, you have no home. This is an improvement. You gonna have food to eat. You gonna have a fucking bed to sleep. Are you serious right now? Like, well, just be homeless then. I don't know what to tell you.
What's problematic to me about homeless is that homes for the homeless is actually a cheaper burden on society than dealing with homeless as, you know, they are. Yeah. When you talk about the hospital bills, when you talk about the bodies that they got to, you know, pick up and get rid of, when you talk about, you know, having to send police officers to deal with, you know, issues related to homeless people who don't have a place to live. Homes for the homeless is actually evidence to where it works to be much less taxing on those environments.
I can believe that.
You know, it just goes to show how little our society actually values homeless people, especially veterans.
Oh, that breaks my heart when I see homeless veterans.
It's ridiculous really because you got evidence that this thing would make it better for a group of people. Yep. But you know what? It's just a group of people that our society don't give a fuck about. That's sad. The unfortunate part about it.
It's just really sad.
But anyway, that's all I got.
That's it. That's all I got.
Anything else on your mind?
No. Shout out to Government Names for coming through last week. That was fun.
Government Name Podcast. Appreciate you. Appreciate your Black Married Fly. Appreciate you. Just Say Words Pod for you know, liking and reposting on SoundCloud. Talk It Out Podcast. T.O. Black
Balance.
We can keep going, but I'm just trying to go off the top of my head, and that's not going to work. Bag Ladies.
That is a hilarious
Drunken
name.
Nights.
Look, that's even more hilarious.
Yeah. So, anyway. If you have not listened to an episode in which you heard us talk about this, we are very big Rick and Morty fans.
Indeed.
A new Rick and Morty episode has come out that resolves all of the issues from the last time you saw Rick and Morty. So, find that. Watch it. I've seen it. It's fantastic. Red hasn't. She needs to.
Tell this Pollen to leave me alone. That's how I missed it, fucking Pollen.
Pollen ain't goddamn hiding your remote from you.
It fucked with me so much I fell asleep. My head was hurt. I just knocked out. I didn't even realize I was. I know it makes no sense to say I didn't even realize that I was asleep till I woke up, because obviously, but I didn't realize I was asleep. And that I had slept for as long as I did. I woke up at 2:30 this morning on my couch.
Damn.
Yeah. So the Pollen did fuck with me.
I got you. Anyway, appreciate y'all. And until we come to the next conversation,
we out.
Holla.